Pour the roast, let's talk about the day. Laughing even if it goes astray.
Welcome to...
Well, I thought it was funny!
G'day, folks. The time's 11:22 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 20th of July, 2026. Now, of course, that means it's the 21st. For our friends on the other side of the planet, big hello and cheers to all of you, my friends. But a super big hello and cheers to the city with the most community members worldwide, and that city is Melbourne, Australia. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. I am Lee. I'm the guy who started our community. Well, I thought it was funny, but you folks are you, and you folks are the folks that made this community funny. So cheers to you, my friends. Thanks for making us the funniest city on the internet. Population us. Funny people in a funny place, making people laugh. Yum. Hope you're all doing fantastic. I know I've already said that. Now, before we go forward and do anything, I'm going to ask you a quick favor. Please click the like button, the happy face button, the thumbs up button, whatever it might be. It's usually down here in that corner there. On whatever platform you're watching this on, please like, subscribe, do the things. It's really going to help me out, my friends. Really, really going to help me out. And it doesn't take very long. If you're on Facebook, please click that follow, this blue follow right next to my name on the video. If you haven't already done that, that's going to help me. I want to get to 500 followers. I'm getting pretty close. And on YouTube, if you could subscribe, oh my gosh, that would really help. I'm at 600 and, I don't know, 670 some, and I'd love to get to 1,000 there, my friends. Please, it'll help me out. It's really easy to do, and I'll try not to post a bunch of garbage in your feed, my friends. Have you done that? Well, I appreciate it. If you haven't done that, I still appreciate you, my friends. You folks are incredibly funny, and I'm so happy you're here. Cheers. So, what's up, my friends? What have you got going on? Have you got any photos? You got any stories? You got any, I don't know, any jokes you want to share with us? We've got a new email address at share@wellithoughitwasfunny.com where you can send all of that stuff. You, of course, can leave comments on today's video, too. We want to hear from you, so please send your stuff to share@wellithoughitwasfunny.com or leave them as comments on today's video. Let's know how you're doing. As simple as how you're doing. I'm fine. Things could be better. Hopefully not that, but anything like that. All that interaction is going to help us. I'd love to hear your funny stories so we can share them here, my friends. I'd love to see the photos of your pets. Have you got any photos of your pets? You can send that to share@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. You can send those to pets@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. You can leave those photos as a comment here. Oh, we want to see your pets, my friends. Talking about pets. I ask you to see pets. I'm going to show you my pets. I show them all the time. I'm going to show them to you again. These are two photos I took yesterday at different times. First one's going to be of my boy Morrison, and the next one's of my little girl. Well, not just mine, Wendy's too. Our little girl, Thatcher. Going to bring him up right now. There's Morrison sitting on my lap, getting some pets in. Such a good boy. And here is my little girl, Thatcher, on the couch in my spot. Well, I guess it's hers now. I love these two. And folks, I want to see your pets. I don't care if it's a cat. I don't care if it's a dog. I don't care if it's a bat. I don't care if it's a frog. I want to see any and all of your pets if you can share them. If you got video, send those to pets@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Just because you can't attach a video as a comment or to your comments here. But we still want to see them. If you got photos, send those to pets@wellithoughitwasfunny.com or attach them to your comments. Either way, I want to see your pets, folks. Please and thank you. And I ask, like I said, photos, anything from your yard, from your life, what's going on. Michelle Finnerty, one of our mods here, recently rejoined Facebook. So happy. She shared the most incredible collage of a bee and a monarch pollinating a flower. These are incredible shots. Just wow. And she noted that she didn't realize that monarchs have hair. I'm telling you, folks, I'm getting jealous. You got an insect that's got better hairline than I do. Michelle, these are stunning photos. Thank you so very much for sharing them. Michelle always gets the greatest photos. She gets some amazing, amazing pictures. And Rose Glad, one of our top posters. Rose Glad's really funny, shares a lot of stuff with us. She had said a couple of videos ago that she was working on some cool cat socks, and she sent in a photo of the cool cat socks. These are awesome. They look fantastic. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. When you said you were working on cat socks, my defective brain thought you were knitting socks for cats, which, while I thought was cool, I thought was weird because cats don't like wearing clothes. This is infinitely better and infinitely more practical than what my brain went to. This is awesome, Rose. Thank you so very much for sharing them. Like I said, Rose is an amazing knitter. She's an amazing painter, and she's super funny, and she's a great dog mom to 2 amazing dogs. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Michelle. Folks, I want to hear from you. What's going on in your life? Me, Wendy, and I, we went for dinner yesterday, a great dinner. We went to the Cactus Club here in Calgary. There's several of them here in Calgary. They're originally out of British Columbia, I believe. But we've got several of them here. I love them. I've never had a bad meal there, and I've never had bad service there. And this is not a commercial. They don't pay me. They don't know I exist. But we went there yesterday. I got a couple of photos. The first photo is this beautiful, beautiful woman that shared her time with me. This is my beautiful, wonderful wife, Wendy. What a gorgeous lady. And this is just before our meal got there. Aren't I lucky? And here is a picture of our meals. Now, it's primarily my meal, just because of the angle that I'm sitting at. I had their, it's called the Niner Burger. It's basically just a plain cheeseburger, like a pretty basic cheeseburger with smashed patty. I got a second patty, and of course, got a side of fries. So freaking good. And it's just a burger. Yeah, it's Alberta beef. It's just incredible. Wendy had the steak Frites. That's an 8-ounce sirloin, I believe. And oh my gosh, it's just great meals, great prices, happy hour pricing that we were at there, because we're older. We go for dinner early, but yeah, so good. And yeah, loved it. It was excellent. Just a great meal. And so that's what I've been up to today. Any plans today? Well, no serious plans. Of course, I'm working on today's video. I started a little bit late. Wendy and I are going to have a spaghetti dinner at home. And other than that, I really don't have anything on the go today, folks. If you've got any suggestions for me to do, let me know. I've got some computer stuff I got to work on, or I should work on, that I've been kind of putting off for a while because it's just kind of troublesome. But other than that, I've got nothing going. Let's hear from you, my friends. Remember, you can leave a comment on today's video. You can send photos and videos to share at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Send those pet photos there. You send those pet photos to pets at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Either way, folks, we want to hear from you, and we're going to get it if you send that stuff there. So please comment on today's video. And I think we're going to get right to our featured posts. We've only got 3 featured posts today. I am sorry. It's not that we don't have a lot of good stuff out there. It's just that I was maybe a little lazy in collecting them. But I've got a great post from Meg Opry, one from Michelle Finnerty, and then, of course, one from me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to blow my own horn, but hey, if you could blow in your own horn, you'd never leave the house. All right, we're going to start off with Meg Opry's post, bringing that up right now. I'm not too bad at pronouncing French, but yeah. Thank you, Meg. Next one is from Michelle Finnerty. A little brutal, but it's funny. I'm sorry if the image bothers you, folks. And then the third and final one is from myself. It's not a new post, but I shared it recently, and it seems to be getting a lot of traction. I hope you enjoyed those. Thank you so very much, Michelle. Thank you, Meg. I'm not going to thank myself because that's asinine, but I am going to thank you folks. Everything that you share is the reason why so many people come here every day. And because of that, I bring you these bad jokes. I signed up for pickleball lessons last week. Boy, was I disappointed when I found out there were no pickles involved in the sport at all. I recently read a report that says sex makes you live longer. Well, I guess I should say my goodbyes now. A communist joke isn't funny, unless everyone gets it. I was cleaning out my cupboard recently when I noticed that most of my spices were old and outdated, so I threw them out. What a huge waste of time. I asked my French friend what his favorite Nintendo console was, and weirdly he answered, yes. I hope those made you laugh, my friends, because that's the whole point of everything I'm doing here. I've got to thank my friend Norm Bush for that sex makes you live longer joke. And the joke there about pickleball, I made it up, but I'm sure other people have thought that up before too. And the last 3 jokes, I don't know where they came from. But friends, if you've got some jokes you want me to tell, please leave them as a comment on today's video or send them to me via email at jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. I want to tell your jokes, folks. And friends, I'm here 4 days a week with a fresh batch of these stale jokes just for you. If you're having a good time and you'd like to show your appreciation, please consider dropping a buck or two in our tip jar at donate.wellithoughitwasfunny.com. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you can help us keep the lights on, keep the joke machine rolling, and keeping our imaginary cow fed. But folks, the most important thing to me is that you keep laughing. Want to help us out and look good at the same time? Head over to store.wellithoughitwasfunny.com where we've got t-shirts, hoodies, 3/4 sleeve rock shirts, we got coffee cups, we've got to-go cups, we've got stickers. Check it out today, folks. That's store.wellithoughitwasfunny.com. I hope you enjoyed the jokes. I know I already said that at the end of the jokes, but I do want to say that that French Nintendo joke, I got 2 versions of it. I put the one that I preferred. Now, I asked my admins and mods what they preferred, and they actually preferred the second version of it that I didn't use there. I'm going to play this really quick. What do you think? Do you like the one that's in the jokes or this one here? I asked my French friend if he had a favorite Nintendo console, and he said, oui. I like that first one. It's more of a thinking one, I think. No, I think they both work, though. So what was your favorite of the 2? Even if you liked them at all, my friends. All right, so there's a question for you. Another question is, can you make or a favor I'm going to ask. You're already making a lot of people laugh, so if you can't do this today, don't worry. You're already making people laugh. But what I was going to say is if you're out and about amongst real humans in the public and you have a chance to do this, it's the right time. It's the right place. Try to make somebody laugh when you're out and about. Tell them a joke that you've heard, whatever. Give maybe a funny anecdote or something like that. Try to make somebody laugh. You're going to make their day better no matter what. Even if it's already going well, it's going to be a little bit better because they got another laugh. They fit in the day. So if you can do that, that'd be great. But folks, don't worry about it. You're already making so many people laugh every day. Seriously, we have about 950,000 community members between our 2 groups. One's 933,000. The other one just went over 19,000. So those are both very healthy communities. But we have about 1.5 million visitors every day looking for something to make them laugh, and you're providing it. You rock. So cheers to you once again. Another sip of my coffee, which is rapidly cooling. I'm going to try to be here again in another 2 days, which will be Wednesday for me. Of course, Thursday for those crazy time travelers down under, those folks in Melbourne. Folks, hopefully you're going to be here again too. And in the meantime and between time, please keep laughing.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.